Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Learn with Jason, where I am joined by Thor from Stripe. Thor, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me again, Jason.
Yeah, of course, it's great to see you back. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. How you been? You're in Singapore now. I think that's different from the last time that we talked.
Yeah, I moved to Singapore via Amsterdam within the last year. Yeah, it's good. Exciting to learn about APAC and all the things. Very different payment methods over here.
Sure, yeah. Actually, do you want to talk? I'm actually just really curious because I like Singapore is such an interesting place. Like they've got these giant, like living towers and this amazing art, amazing food scene. It's somewhere that's very high on my list of place I wanted to visit. So, do you want to talk about that a little bit? Like what? I mean, first the payment methods, is, since that's relevant, but I'd also just love to hear about Singapore in general.
Yeah, definitely a very exciting place. I actually went to visit for the first time in 2017 to help Grab, which is one of the big kind of ride-sharing companies here in the region,
Okay.
to help them implement 3D Secure. And I've just been blown away by the team and the culture. And yeah, it's a great city.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah. How's the food? I feel like we got to talk to the thing that's most important to me.
I mean, the food is one of the best parts. So I live in this area called Red Hill, and there's like hawker centers everywhere, and you can get fantastic food,
Mm.
like a variety of really good local food. It's heaven. Yeah, it's really nice.
I'm so excited to come out and visit. I'm actually even more excited now that you live there because one of my favorite ways to visit a new place is to have someone who knows the area. Because if I went, I would just get on Google and try to find like, oh, where should I go? And maybe I'll get somebody who knows, and maybe I'll get somebody who went there once and wrote up their list that they found on Foursquare or something. So it's always nice to have someone who's actually been there for a while. And we will feast. And sorry, I'm like down a tangent. Let's focus up. Hello, everybody. I see that the chat is jumping today. I see we've got Suze here. Suze, thank you so much for joining us. Prince, Bobby Tables, thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it. Oh man, we got everybody in here. Yes, I'm excited. I'm so excited to be doing all this. Okay, so Thor, I talked about Singapore, but I didn't talk about you. For those of us who are not familiar with your work, do you want to give us a little bit of a background?
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Thor. I'm a developer advocate at Stripe, as mentioned, based here out of Singapore, learning all about APAC these days. And I work on our global developer relations team, where we basically work as an interface between our product engineering teams and the developer communities, and really make sure that we test the integration experience and make sure we have a good integration experience and build developer tooling like the Stripe CLI, demos, Stripe samples, and live streams with you, Jason.
Yeah, and I should point out this is the first of 4 streams that Thor and I are going to do together. We are going to be building out all sorts of different e-commerce on the JAMstack thing. So today we're going to look at selling products, so actual physical products that you would sell and then ship. We've got more coming up where we're going to go into donations, into subscriptions, and what was the other thing? We had a fourth one.
Yeah, the mobile payments, so wallets like Apple Pay and Google Pay.
That's going to be really exciting. So I don't know if any of you have noticed this, but if you go to shop on your phone specifically, but sometimes on your desktop now, certain carts will just let you click the Google or Apple Pay button, and it just like you're just done. You've just paid, and things come to you, which is a wonderful experience. Especially like I was on another website yesterday trying to buy something, and they had done all the things that I don't like about payment. You couldn't copy paste your credit card number into the field, and they made me type out my address twice despite it being the same address for billing and shipping, and all these little annoying things about paying for things online. And like I was on my phone, right? So I'm already switching between apps. So I had to like switch from the cart over to my my password manager to look at my credit card number and then memorize the first 4 digits and come back over and type it. It was a nightmare, right?
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to dig in and make that experience better. And I feel like that's something that Stripe built its reputation on, not just for the developer experience, but like for people paying online. Stripe is just kind of nicer. I can always tell when I'm using a site that has like Stripe checkout installed because it actually feels nice to pay, as opposed to what I went through yesterday.
That's good to hear. Yeah, we definitely try and improve that. And the great thing about the wallets is that you can get basically all of the information needed for the checkout and the shipping from the user's device. Mm-hmm. So that just makes it a lot easier.
Awesome. Hey, Nick De Jesus is in the chat. Nick is actually going to join us on one of our streams to talk about donations, which I'm very excited about. That's going to be really fun. Oh, there's a question. So for selling digital products, that would be actually, why don't you talk about that? How would you sell digital products versus physical products using Stripe?
Yeah, I think we're going to cover that kind of in the SaaS, sort of the subscriptions specific one, where we really talk about sort of authentication, signing up users, and then giving them access to basically paid content.
Okay.
And I think you're looking at kind of a follow-up stream specifically for sort of accessing that paid content. So that kind of goes hand in hand there. Yeah, I think the biggest challenge with digital products is sort of the fulfillment piece of, okay, how do I give someone who has paid actually access to this product and verify that they don't just, get a public URL that they can distribute.
Mm-hmm. All right. So chat, if that's something you want to see, bother Thor and I on Twitter, and we will maybe just schedule a fifth one of these. But for now, let's jump in and start building out today's project. So I'm going to start pulling that up if you want to talk us through what we're going to do.
Yes, I can do that. So today we want to specifically focus on selling physical products. I think, Jason, you have some nice stickers. Is your head on those stickers?
My head is on one of those stickers. I'll pull this up. Let's get.
That's the one I want to buy. And so we have the piece of basically kind of the inventory. So like which products do we have, the product information. Then are we building a cart as part of the stream, or are we rather?
I think a cart might be out of scope just in terms of time. But I think what we can do for now is let's get these products listed and make it so that you can buy one. And then the next time that I have an open day, or if I have to reschedule or something, I can come back and do a creation of a cart, because I'm actually doing that for the Netlify swag store as well. So it'll kind of be a fun, like, here's how you would do it with Shopify. Here's how you would do it if you were going to roll your own. So I think there'll be some fun work there.
Nice. Yeah, someone mentioned on the chat also that they are working on a hooks library for cart hooks. So that sounds interesting.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's Nick.
Yes.
Nick is doing some really cool stuff with like, he's all over the Stripe API. I think it'll be fun to talk to him when he comes on, but definitely go check out his work. Let me just pull that up, actually.
Cool. Yeah. So basically, then what we want to do is, based on the product that someone clicks, we want to send kind of a product ID to our Netlify function. We need to have some sort of server-side component to kind of validate the amount and potentially. Do you need to charge sales tax? Do you know?
Ooh, good question. Let's assume for now that I don't, and good. I will work that back in if necessary later. Given that they're like, these are stickers, they're going to be, we're going to charge flat rate shipping and flat rate sticker cost, because I'm going to go through a fulfillment company called Corporate Couture. They're great. But they charge a flat handling fee per envelope, and then they use regular postage, so it'll just get sent in an envelope in the mail. So I'm going to charge $3 for a sticker, and then $3.50 for shipping total. So if you buy all the stickers, you'll still pay just $3.50 for shipping. that handles the handling fee and the global postage. So anywhere in the world, it'll be $350 for shipping, which I'm pretty excited about.
That's great. Yeah. And so, yeah, we need the kind of the Netlify function component to just validate that the information that is coming from the client is correct. Mm-hmm. So in general, we should never charge an amount that is being sent from the front end. We can't really trust that information.
Right.
Unless it's some sort of custom donation thing where you want to have someone key in the amount they want to donate. But even in that case, you probably want to have a bound of like a minimum and a maximum value. And so on the back end, you need to verify the amount that's being charged. So I think we're talking about just having kind of a JSON file with sort of the product catalog and pull the information from there in our Netlify function. And then we create the checkout session in the Netlify function, redirect to checkout to do the payment, and then up on returning back, or when the payment succeeds, we have another Netlify function that actually handles the webhook to then kick off the fulfillment process. And I think for the fulfillment, it's just an email to your provider. Is that correct?
That's what we'll do. In this case, we can have that email get sent to me so that we can validate the whole flow. So I'm trying to write this down. So to build a sticker store, we need a list of the products that's not client side. So that would be in a database or a JSON file or somewhere that can't be reached by people on the internet. And that's because we can't trust data sent from the client, because I could just open my dev tools and edit the price down to 30 cents or something and sell myself a very expensive product on the cheap. So we have to validate that on the back end against a source of truth, which would be our JSON file in this case. The buy button, when I click that, is going to go to a Netlify function that's going to pull in my my JSON file, and it will map by some kind of a unique ID, usually called a SKU, SKU. And that will pull in the price and any shipping info and like what the requirements are, like whether we need an address and that kind of stuff. And that'll create a Stripe session, right?
Yeah, a checkout session. And the checkout session we hand back to our client. And then using Stripe.js, we redirect to checkout.
Okay, Stripe.js redirects using the session to Stripe checkout. Okay. Are there any steps that we didn't cover here?
The fulfillment piece, so the last step of the webhook handler to kick off. So we likely want to have a separate Netlify function for that.
Netlify function to our fulfillment center. Okay. So that would basically be the receipt. Like the fulfillment center would get that email that says so-and-so ordered this many stickers and would need to be shipped to this, this address.
Correct.
So this is a full workflow, right? And this is like a production workflow because we're actually coordinating between different people. We want this to be fully automated. Once this is built, I don't want to ever be a bottleneck. Like if I'm out of town or I'm just feeling lazy, I don't want it to be that I have to go and box up and ship stickers because I know myself I will never do it. It'll take months to get orders. So we want to fully automate this and go to a fulfillment house that will receive that order automatically and ship that order like the same or next day so that people get the stickers that they buy as quickly as possible. And so our goal on this stream is actually what I would love to do is I want to actually launch this store live. I want to publish it to Netlify. And my hope is I should have discussed this with friends first. I hope that we get our first actual sale on the stream today. Now this is going to be pre-order because the stickers are not done yet. So bear in mind until the quarantine is over and production houses open up again, the stickers won't be able to be shipped because the fulfillment houses, they're not shipping right now. But gotcha. If you are interested in supporting supporting creators and getting some ridiculous stickers, these are the These are the stickers, by the way. We've got Boop. We're going to do a corgi with a beard. We've got this one that makes me happy, play until it pays, which is kind of my motto. Do silly things until you find a way to make them make sense. And then this is Boop in Morse code, which just makes me giggle. So
that is brilliant.
So we're going to put these stickers up for sale. That's my goal today. And fantastic. From here, I guess lead the way. What should we do first?
I think the first piece, get kind of the product / inventory management set up. So I think in our case, just a static JSON file.
Okay.
With the details.
I'm going to do something that I believe works, which is create, what do we want to do? We want to call this like data and products.json. And then I'm going to return, this would be an array of products, and each product is going to have a SKU. Oh wait, this is JSON. SKU. And that SKU would be like something like this. And then we need a name. So we would call this like the bearded party corgi. Oh wait, okay. I should probably pull up the Stripe docs for this, unless you have it memorized.
We need a name, we need a description, we need an image, we need an amount and a currency, basically.
The image, we are going to have to I'll add those up to Cloudinary. And then you needed an amount. And so these are going to be $3. And while I'm typing the rest of this out, do you want to explain why I just wrote 300 instead of 3.00?
Yeah, sure. So in Stripe, we take the amount in the smallest unit of that currency. So in USD, that would be cents. So 300 cents, $3 US. There is kind of, if you were to sell in different currencies, so there are certain $0 currencies. What is it called? Zero decimal currencies like Japanese yen. And we might actually, if we have time, we can write a little function that basically identifies if we're, in a 0 decimal currency or a decimal currency. We can use like the international number format API, JavaScript API for that. But yeah, I think for the time being, if we keep everything in USD, we can hard code it to 300 cents.
Okay, perfect. And then let's add one more here. This is going to be the
Oh yeah, the chat is saying that the international number format stuff is so nice on the web platform.
Oh yeah,
so, yeah,
it really is wonderful. Okay, so
and we should actually write a little function to format the currency string for display on the client.
Okay. All right, so I've got my create checkout function, and in that, I'm going to need to do what? What will I need?
Yes, so basically we need to take in the SKU ID from the client that is being sent. So I guess that's in the request object.
That is in the request object, and I have to look up what it sends back. So let's look at the functions, and we'll say build with JavaScript, and I want to see we get the event. Good. So that's what I want, and that will be in the body. So I want the body. Which will just destructure right out of the it. And so inside here, we will send this as well, probably just like form encoded, right?
JSON string.
We
Oh,
can,
form encoded. Okay.
yeah, I mean, we can do it either way, right? So by default, what'll happen is if you submit a form to like an endpoint like this, it'll come in as form data, which would be like if we were going to send in like skew equals that'll be 001, and then it would be like name or quantity equals 1, right? So that would be like form encoded data. So we would need to decode that using a query string library, which is built into Node, or if it came in as JSON, it would come in as like a string that was
We just parse the string.
like this, right? So this, oops. So that would be our JSON string. So we would have to like JSON parse this. There's not really a right or wrong way to do it. I think that we can, well, let's just use JSON because that's more understandable, I think. So what we'll be doing is JSON parsing the body. And we'll do something like this, or we could even destructure this. We could get the skew and the quantity, and then to make that work, we're going to need a page. So let's create a page, which I'm going to call store.mdx, and
Nice.
I'm going to copy. I've got a simple page here. All right, so this is I just created a newsletter for Learn with Jason. If you're interested in getting code stuff, you can go sign up for that. I'm going to copy paste that. So let's learn with Jason store. And we don't need the form anymore. We're going to create something different for that. Product listing. Okay. And so the other cool thing that we can do here is we can actually write a function that will send us back our products and list them from that. So almost build ourselves a little fun data source, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, nice. So at build time, pull in the product information from the JSON file.
Well, we wouldn't be able to do it at build time because of the way that functions deploy. We'd have to like put that somewhere else, but we can do it at runtime. I don't know. Well, let's do it. We'll do it the hard way for now.
Which
thank
one
you
is
so
the
much
hard
for
way?
the subscription. We'll just hard code it right now, and then
Okay.
I'll go back and figure out a way to make this into an actual like API later. I'll probably put these in like Airtable or something so that it's easier to manage. But
yeah, I think that's also
now,
at this point we can probably talk about inventory stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, generally you probably want to have it at runtime, have like an API where you can access inventory. So I think we can probably not as part of this stream, but as part of publishing the demo, we can look at kind of how we track inventory for the stickers to make sure you don't keep selling when you run out.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. So I'm just copying my general setup here. I use Theme UI, which is why I'm doing this JSX thing. I have previous streams on how that works, so I'm not going to talk about it today. If you're interested, you can dig in. Maybe I can bother one of the mods in the chat to share a link to the Theme UI episode of Learn with Jason. In the meantime, what we're going to do is set up products, and we will return for now a list of products, right? And then we will export default. Oh, yes. Excellent. Thank you for that.
I have like these in-ear
Yeah, just
earplugs.
Sorry. All right, so let's import the products from components, products, and then we can use that down here. Okay. Get out. What are you doing? Get away from there. Why don't you like import products? Oh, I spelled it wrong is why I did that. There we go. Okay. So now if I run yarn develop, that is going to pull up our site. Oh, and by the way, thank you very much for the subscriptions, Prince and Nick. I really appreciate that. And yes, sorry about the wiggle stampede. Oh, thank you very much, Bald Bearded Builder, which is a name that you can't say more than once. But all right, so we've got our store building here. And once we get it loaded, we can go out here, 8008, and we should be able to head to the store. Cool. So we've got the store, right? And now it's bringing in the list of products. So as we work on this, and I can, oops, here. Let's open this up. All right. And we'll go back to products. And inside of here, what we can do is I'm just going to pull in my list and I'm going to make it into a list here, which I know. We'll call it inventory. Okay, so now that I have my inventory, I can collapse it. And then in here, we're going to do, let's see, how do we get this out fast? Let's start by putting out a dissection. Is that the right? Is eco in here? What's the correct semantic thing to do here? I think it's a section. And then in this section, we are going to inventory map, and this will just be, we'll say product. And inside each product, we are going to return a div with a key of product.skew. And then we want to include the product.name, the product.description. Oh, we need to use the price thing, const price, and we want to use, I'm going to look this up, MDN International Number Format here.
Yeah.
And I want to make this, so we'll go with
currency style.
So we'll make a little helper actually. New INTL number format, NUS, and then we'll do style is currency. Currency will be, oh crap, because we're gonna have to send in, I'm hard coding it because I know my store.
Yeah, that's fine for now.
I'm gonna call this price actually, and so we'll say that the price.format, and we'll do the product.price amount.
Did we call it amount? And we needed to divide it by 100 and then probably round it. Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. In a perfect world, actually, you know what? Why don't we just do this? Like, let's not cut corners here. So we're gonna put in amount and currency, and then we will send back. Hey, don't give me that. And we will send back currency and format math.round. Oh, product description. I'll fix that as well. All right, so math.round amount divided by 100, right?
Correct.
Now, is math.round going to get rid of my decimal points though?
Not sure. It's a very good question.
I just copy this whole thing in. Let's copy this in. All right, so that's my price. And then I'm going to put in 300 USD and we get back $3. But what if I put in like 310? We still get $3. So what if we make a price 2 that doesn't round?
I think we might actually not want to round. Sorry, we probably want to say 2 fixed to 2 decimal points.
Oh, okay, I got you. So we want to do like amount.
Yeah, just delete the math around.
Okay.
Put amount divided by 100 in brackets, and then do 2 fixed dot 2 fixed with a 2 for 2 decimal points.
Okay. So now we've got, let's see, this is price 3. Let's just check that work. So we're going to do price 3 times, we'll go 315 and USD. Perfect. All right, that gives us the result we want. So I'm going to copy this out. Come here. Okay, so that, and in that case, I can actually change this to format. And we will format product.amount and product.currency. Double check that I got those. Amount and currency. Good. And then we need to add the image. We don't have the image yet. So let's just make sure this does what I want.
Mm-hmm.
It does not. Format product. Oh, I have an extra thingy. Look at it go. All right, nice. So we now have a basic listing of our products and the pricing. All that is being loaded from our database from a single source of truth. Okay, so we've got our database, and that brings in our products. Let's add these. I'm gonna go ahead and just export these real quick. Make sure that the backgrounds aren't going in the exports. Good, good, good. Or we'll do PNGs, that seems fine. So we're gonna do PNG exports of everything. And good. All right.
Oh, is that Figma?
It is Figma, and it is wonderful. And then I'm gonna throw these into Cloudinary. And we will put these in here. Let's add a new folder that I will call store. And inside the store, I'm going to add the contents of this folder. Okay, and then we just have to rename. And all right, so now we have our 4 stickers. I can copy the URL of one and then go back into our database. And I'm going to just really quickly add quality auto, format auto to make them as small as possible. And then we'll make them a set width of, let's say, 150. Let's make it 300 so that we get some like retina quality stuff there. And then go in and do, that was a bearded corgi, so let's make that one the bearded corgi. This is the boop, so we'll make this the regular boop. This is play until it pays. And this one is beep boop. So then I can, I'm going to do this. I might come back. What I'll probably do later actually is go back. I have a Cloudinary transformer that will make the Gatsby image friendly stuff. I will do that later. I'm not going to do it now because I want to make sure we get done. So I'm going to do product.image. Alt will be product.name. And we should, nothing up my sleeve. Look at it go.
Nice.
Beautiful.
What's the story with the corgi?
So the corgi comes from partycorgi.com, which is it's a Discord server that a lot of people, it was started by Chris Biscardi, and nice. It's kind of like a hub for people who are creating content, looking for accountability buddies, otherwise trying to just kind of be the network effect. Like, you know that saying, you are the sum of the people you spend the most time with? This is a Discord that is dedicated to like gaming that algorithm. Spend time with a bunch of people who are creating and trying to make themselves better to try to make yourself better by proxy, right? That's the nice. Goal. So it's a really inclusive place. We also play Fortnite there. There's a lot of like social hangouts, especially right now when everybody's on quarantine.
Yeah.
It's a good place to get some social hangout. If you are interested in joining, you should definitely do that. It's a great place.
How big is the APAC community in there?
There's a few folks, but we could definitely use more faces. Nice. All right, so this is not going to win any design awards, but using some magic that I learned from Rachel Andrew last week, mods, could I bother you to put a link to the Let's Learn CSS Grid episode in? We'll display flex, and then we'll say grid template columns, and we'll say repeat for 1FR. I got to quote that because it's CSS and JS. And that gives us our actual pieces here. And then these I can make with 100%. And I mean, it's not, again, align content? Is that right? That's not right.
My CSS is very trial and error.
I feel like I'm doing something, maybe that's, I don't care. I am not going to do CSS on this stream today. We're going to leave this as is for now, and we will come back and make that pretty later. Okay, I lied. I'm going to do a little bit of CSS. I can't help myself. I'm so sorry. Did I get this wrong? Oh no, it's just gap now. That's right. I learned that. Or it's not. And you know what? Okay, I got to let this go. That doesn't work.
I like it. It almost looks intentional.
Okay, so now the thing that we need is we need to add a button so you can buy it, right? So we've got our purchase button. Right now it doesn't do anything. So this is where we actually get into the Stripe stuff. So I need to be able to send the I need to be able to send in the SKU. And is that it? SKU and the quantity, I guess, but we're just doing singles for now. Should we add in support for quantity?
I mean, we could.
Let's see, how would that work? We would do a form, and inside the form, we would add in what's the number range input? Input type range. Min 0, max 11. That is perfect.
But that's the slider. Do you want the slider?
Oh, I don't want a slider. I want a different thing. Is it just number?
I think it's just type number, right? And then you say max, min, max.
And I can min max that. Okay, perfect. So let's do that. And we will make the ID and the name quantity. And then we're going to need a hidden input, I think. Input type hidden, that will be SKU, and value will be product.sku. And we should label this. So a label HTML4 quantity, and we will put in quantity. Okay, let's take a look at our little form that we just made. I broke it. Quantity is not defined. Oh, that's not a variable is why. Cool. And then I just realized I want the min to be 0 and the max, we'll say 10.
Min should be 1, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. It should be 1 because you can't buy 0 things.
I mean, you can donate.
Okay, so now if I try to hit down more or click this down range, it won't let me do it. If I go up, it goes up until 10 and then it stops. So that seems reasonable. I don't know. I mean, you tell me, Chad, is 10 enough? It's probably enough. So then what we need to do is we need to make this handle a submission. So let's add handle submit, and that's going to get the event, and that's probably going to need to be async. So let's do async event, and then we'll event prevent default so that the form doesn't do anything. And then all right, so we have our SKU and our quantity, and those are the values that, let me blow this up again so we can look at our stuff side by side. So we've got our create checkout over here. So we're going to pull in the SKU and the quantity when we submit it. So we need to do a couple things here. Let's use, I saw Kent C. Dodds put out a good article today on using fetch over Axios because it's native. So let's go take a look. And I don't know that we actually need to write the whole wrapper, but this is a cool post. It kind of goes into how to duplicate what Axios does. But if you look at it, like fetch is a pretty simple wrapper that I think we can use here. So let's just do that. I think we'll go with we'll get the response will be await fetch, and then we're going to just send it to netlify functions create checkout.js, and the body that we want to send in is, let me go look at,
and it probably needs to be a post, right?
It does. So we're going to send in fetch and the config. So send in method post. I think we can just send in headers like so, and we want to send content type is application JSON, and that way it'll send in like this as opposed to as like form encoded query string. And then the body that we want to send is going to be event. Oh wait, should I?
We need to stringify that.
Yes, we do need to stringify it, and I need to get the values out of this, which I'm feeling like I should probably do using React because this is a React app. So let's get import use state from React, and up here at the top we'll get quantity. Oh no, that's not going to work, is it? Because I need independent quantity on each one. Which means that we need an actual product component. Oh boy. All right, so we've got a product, and that's going to get a product. Yes. And inside of that, we're going to have SKU and I'm overcomplicating this, aren't I?
Yeah. But...
Yes. Yes is the answer. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Because what I can do is I can take my handle submit and I can move it up because we're only selling one product at a time, right? So the body is going to be JSON stringify, if I can spell it. And we'll send the SKU will be product.SKU, and then the quantity will be whatever is in state. So we'll do set quantity.
There's a question in the chat why we're not using form data.
Great question. Mostly because I don't know how. So let's look it up. MDN form data.
But also, I think we said that like in the netlify function, we want to use JSON, right?
Yeah. Does this let me pull the values out of the form? Does that me just that might be what's happening here? It does. Okay. So if I want to do that, I can create a new form data object. Okay. So if I want to document get element by ID my form. Ooh, this is way easier. Okay. So let's just do that because the form is going to be the event.target, which means that I should be able to get new form data event.target, and then let's console log that and see if I'm right. And just put that out for now. And in the meantime, we can actually leave this. Let's pretend that I never did that. We'll put this down here. Thank you for the heads up, Suze. I really appreciate it. And let's handle our submit. So on submit, we will handle submit. And that should now, when we click the submit button, we should see a console log of the SKU and the cost, or the SKU and the quantity. So let's do this one. It should give us a log of 10. Form data. Get all.
I think we need to, what did Sue say? Form data.get and then the field name.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
I guess form data.get SKU and form data.get quantity, is that?
I understand. Okay, so form, and then our data would be SKU is form.get SKU, and the quantity like that. All right, let's try it.
I believe so, yeah.
Hey, Suze, thank you for severely decomplicating this app. I was about to go so far overboard. All right, so now we have our data, and I can just JSON stringify that. So let's take this, and we will JSON stringify our data, and that's going to go to create checkout, which means that we're going to get SKU and quantity. So that means that in here, we have our SKU and quantity, and we can now use it to create a Stripe checkout session. So nice. How do we want to go about that?
Yes, so I think if you pull up the Stripe checkout docs.
Yes, and let me make this a little bit bigger now.
Go along there.
Stripe checkout. And let's go into the, we'll just jump in here and that'll get us to the docs, right?
Start now.
Oh, the easy button. Okay, so we're looking at one-time payments, right?
Correct.
And a checkout session. Create a checkout session on your server. We're going to do that with Node. I love the Stripe docs.
Thanks.
Okay, so I need the Stripe library. So I'm also going to use Netlify dev for this. So let's do yarn. I need this to be in the functions themselves, right? So cd site functions. And then I'm going to yarn add Stripe. Okay. Then I'm going to run, no, I think I can just run netlify dev now. So we're going to run netlify dev. And what this should do is this should let us actually run our functions. I just realized I'm going to have to add API keys and stuff, but we can verify that it's working first. And then so let's do this for now. We're going to return status code of 200, and the body will just be
the session ID.
Well, we will do that first. For now, I'm debugging, right? So I just want to make sure that this actually, we can click it and echo what we wanted to get. So we'll do this. The response is going to be await.fetch, and then we need to go then. Response, we're going to do rest.json, and we can, that's good enough for now. Let's console log the response. Okay, so now when we click, what should happen is we should get back an object that says we are returning HTTP status 200, and it should echo back the SKU and quantity that we send in. So let's give that a shot. And we'll go to the store. Okay, so here's our store. And I'm going to set the quantity to 2. Nope, unexpected token F. Netlify functions create checkout.js. Did I screw this up?
I think it might be the payload, the JSON payload. So,
create checkout.js. Response status 404. Why don't you like my... What did I screw up here?
If you go back to the Chrome DevTools, and just click on the last line on the right.
This part I think came out of the...
or if you go to the network tab, let's have a look there.
Yeah, it looks like it's given me a 404 for the function itself. .netlify functions. Am I doing that wrong? Oh boy. Let me take a look at one of my other functions to see if maybe I'm just returning something wrong here. That's not the thing I'm supposed to be looking at. Functions. Up here, let's do one of these is an actual thing. Exports.handler. That returns a status code and a body. Okay. Am I doing something obviously wrong here? Do I already have my TOML? It's .netlify.functions, right? .netlify.functions. Am I... .netlify. Oh, I know what I did. It's not .js. It's just the name of the function. Well, I'm a doofus. Okay. All right, let's try this one more time. Okay, so I'm going to refresh. We're going to go to here. There we go. So we're getting our echo, right? And if I go in and I change my function, I'll just say like test, boop. And then if I send in any value, we can modify our function and test it locally, which is really, really nice, right? Like it's much faster than having to deploy every time we want to make changes. The quantity should be a number, but apparently it's not coming out as one. So maybe I should, what do we do? Like just number. Try that again. There we go. That's what we want. So let's dump this test data. And now I need to be able to, we want stripe equals require stripe. And then I need to put in a Stripe API. Is it a secret?
Yes. So we're using the secret key.
Okay, so I need
There.
to get that. Let me put this down a little bit, close that again. So we've got our Stripe API secret. I'm going to move this over here because we don't really need it anymore, and go back to side-by-side view so that we can look at these together. There we go. And in here, now, once we've got it, we're going to create a session, which is await stripe.checkout.sessions, plural, create. And then we're going to pass in payment method types. Are there types that we would want to accept here other than card? It seems to me like we wouldn't, right?
No. So if we're selling only within the US, then probably cards. Although if you're shipping worldwide, you could include payment methods like Ideal, which is one of the most popular payment methods in the Netherlands, for example.
Okay, I got you. So I've got my inventory, and we're going to say product equals inventory.find, and we'll get the you can just pull out the SKU actually. SKU equals product, or oh wait, that's not going to work, is it? Because we'll get duplicate thingies. I'm going to just do it the silly way. So we'll do p.sku equals SKU, and that will give us our one product, right? So now we've got the product, and our line items will be name is going to be product.name, description. I could probably just spread this in here, couldn't I? Name, no, I couldn't. Product.description. Images, we want product.image. Amount is product.amount, right? That's what we called it.
Mm-hmm.
Amount and currency. Currency is product.currency. And quantity is...
So now we should validate the quantity to make sure it is actually within the bounds that we set.
Oh, right. Because somebody could potentially... Okay, so we'll do like const validated quantity equals quantity is greater than 0 and yeah, we'll default to 1 if it's outside. And then we can set the quantity to validated quantity. All right. And then finally, we're going to set a success URL. And for this one, I think we will just set learn with JSON.dev. And now this is after you've purchased, right? No, this is after you've created a session.
So this happens after the payment has succeeded.
After the payment has succeeded. Okay.
Yeah, so this is where checkout will redirect to after the payment was successful.
Okay. And the cancel URL will be https learn with json.dev/canceled.
Yeah, also technically this could just go back to where we came from. So we could just go back to where all our stickers are at.
Oh, so like just always go back to the store.
Yeah, it depends. For the success case, we probably want to go to a page where we say thank you. But for the cancel is basically like a go back to store.
So like this. Is that what you're saying? Or did I just misunderstand? Yeah. Okay.
No, right, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So then what I need is I need to create a page called purchased, which I will do by copy pasting this one, and we'll call it purchased. And okay, so that's all right. I'll go clean up that copy later, but for now, we are able to create a purchase screen for this one item, and then that's going to give us back a session, and the session itself is going to have, where is the
one thing
I need to include this, don't
I? Only if you actually want to retrieve the checkout session. Since we're going to implement the webhook handler, we don't actually need to retrieve it client side.
I got you. And what does the response object look like?
That's a good question. It should just be session.id. So if you call this, session.id. And then one thing, we also need to collect the shipping details, the shipping address.
Yes. Okay. And if I want to do that, I do that by what?
I think if you go in the menu on the left, there is something customizing checkout, I think it's called. And there should be
billing address, shipping address.
Shipping address, yes. And we basically need to specify a list of countries that we ship to.
Yeah, and so for now, I'm probably going to limit this to US and Canada. I need to talk to an accountant about what it means to ship outside of there. And then for billing addresses, I can just set this to auto, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to bring this in, and we'll say only get the billing address if it's needed. Shipping address, we're going to allow shipping to US and Canada for now. And yeah, Henri, it is 100% like 1 o'clock in the morning for Thor. He is so awesome for staying up late to help us out.
It's nice. It's a peaceful night. It's nice and quiet.
Okay, so this should work once we add in a Stripe API secret. So to do that, I need to log into my Stripe account. And I think this will just work. Let's see.
Yeah, and we probably
that's the wrong one. Let me
should talk about kind of managing API keys. So I think ideally what I do is I have a .env file that has both the publishable key and the secret key.
Right.
So we have like one single source of truth for our keys. And then we can use the Gatsby underscore name to have the publishable key available within the client.
Right. Okay. So the thing that I need to do here is I need to have
switch to test mode first, so you don't expose your.
All right, good call. Let's go test data.
Yeah.
All right, and then I can go to API keys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and now I can just use these ones, right?
Correct.
Okay, so this is my publishable key, and that one is going to live in the where was it? Store products.
Why doesn't the publishable key have test in it? How old is your Stripe account?
So old.
Oh, okay.
Should I create a new one? I can roll this, I think.
Yeah, maybe actually.
How do I
just create a new account to have like the newest API version and everything?
Can I not just roll this over? Like, is there a way to just tell it to?
Well, if you go in the top left and click on your name, you could just create a new account real quick.
All right, let's do that. I'll create a new account.
Just
is that going to let me take a real payment if we roll over to the real keys at the end? Like,
No, but that's when you can take the keys from your other account.
Okay, I got you. So we've got our test data. I'm going to go to developers, API keys, and now I have a test token. So I'm going to put this in publishable key, right? So that one can be out. And then this one, because it's a test, I'm going to show it. And I'm going to grab this. And this one needs to go into my my Netlify dashboard, which I'm going to pull this off screen because it doesn't obfuscate the keys. So just bear with me for a second while I get here. Gotcha. So I'm going into build and deploy in my settings environment, and then I'm going to edit variables. And
but that won't work for the local testing, right?
It will, because Netlify Dev actually pulls those in, which is really fun.
Oh.
So I need to figure out what I called this, which was Stripe API secret. Save. Okay. Now I'm going to go back out somewhere that can be visible.
So could we also set the publishable key there as a Gatsby underscore Stripe publishable var so we can use it on the client? Do you know?
I think so. Yeah, let's try it. Let me add that real quick. So we'll go into build and deploy environment, and then I will pull up this. Where was it? Here.
And then you just have to prefix it with Gatsby underscore, right?
Yes. Okay, so instead of this, we'll actually be using process.m.gatsby stripe. All right, so nice. I can comment that out for now so it doesn't break anything. Let's save this. Okay, going back out to my deploys. And now pull this back over because we'll need to come back here in a minute. And let's get, all right, so these are set. And that means that if I stop and restart here, nope, not there, here, and hopefully everything cooperates. Let's see, it should say that it's pulling in. Yeah, so we can see now it's pulling in the environment variable. So we've got our publishable key. We've got our Stripe API secret. And so if I head to the store, did you break? Oh, it did. Oh. This is a really annoying bug. So sometimes it like doesn't quite shut down Gatsby all the way. So you just got to stop and restart it. We're not sure exactly what's causing that, but we are working on it, trying to get to the bottom of it.
Cool.
All right. So that's this great. Time it looks like it worked. Yes. And so once this boots, we can head over to the store. And now I should be able to purchase a thing. And it should send me back. No. Okay, what went wrong? Unexpected token. Let's look at our output here. So it didn't like something. Invalid request, parameter unknown. Stripe privilege session. Oh, I wonder if the...
I think if you scroll further up, it might
received unknown you. Billing address collection, shipping address collection.
Oh, I think you might have been looking at the client.
Oh,
the client side.
Oh, I got it.
If you go back to the docs, we need to fix that in the docs. Yeah, there's a tab, client only, client and server above.
Yeah. I got it. Okay. So yeah. that's fine. That's fine. So I need to...
That's good.
Billing address collection and shipping address
it's just
collection.
Underscores instead of camel case.
Okay. That's no problem. We'll fix that. So shipping address and billing address. Okay, so now these should work. And I shouldn't have to restart anything, I don't think. That should just do what we want.
Nice.
So I'm going to buy. No, didn't like that either. What didn't you like? Shipping address collection. Oh, allowed countries. We'll get there.
Oh yeah.
One step at a time. Here we go.
I know that Suze is working on something. Maybe we can do some linting, or
Past
that would be nice.
Empty string for line items, images 0.
Line items.
I did not. I did nothing of the sort. Oh, I know why. Because see, this is why you need a single source of truth. I updated the images in this object, but I did not update it in the other one. So I need to... Oh, this is going to suck. Okay, I'm going to put this one over here. And I'm going to get the other products over here. And I'm going to paste. 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 And paste. Okay. So now it should work. This is it. This is the time.
Nice.
Session ID. There we go.
There we are.
Okay. So
fantastic.
That means that we are ready to do what next? We need to...
So in the client, we can now redirect to the Stripe checkout page.
Okay.
No, this will work. This will work.
Yes, it will. Okay, so we're console logging the response, but what we need to do next is we're going to get the session ID and redirect to checkout, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to the docs. And now I want Stripe.
One-time payments.
One-time payments.
Yeah.
Redirect to checkout.
Then redirect, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop the server. Keep going over there. That's not where I want to be. So let's yarn workspace site add Stripe.js. I'm in yarn workspaces is why.
Gotcha.
All of that just happened. And then
did you notice some changes in the docs from last week?
Oh, hey, you. Yes. Okay. So last week, Chris and I did an episode where we were adding sticker purchase to the Party Corgi website. So down here, right? And we couldn't find the npm install docs, so we had to go to GitHub to find them. So this is rapid response. Excellent. Awesome.
Yeah. The day after, I was like, okay.
Okay, so now we should be able to, up here, I can import, I'm not using that anymore, so let's import load Stripe from Stripe.js, and then in our handle submit, I can, this is kind of out of order, but I'm gonna roll with it. We're gonna get Stripe is await load Stripe, and we will send in process.m. What was it up here?
Gatsby something. Yes.
Here. Okay. So now we'll find out if Netlify Dev is loading into Gatsby the way that we want. I think it will, but we shall see. And
Fingers
that
crossed. Should be it.
That should be it. So let's just do
the redirect. Yeah.
I'm going to type it out because I feel like that's a good thing to do. Let's we're going to get the error equals await stripe.redirect checkout, and we're going to pass in the session ID, which will be the response session ID.
We might want to pull the load Stripe piece out of the actual handler, so we aren't always reinitializing the Stripe object. So
Fair.
not the whole line, but just the without the await. So because we need to resolve the promise in the handler, but we can call load stripe without a wait outside of the component. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you call that stripe promise. So instead of stripe, you call it stripe promise.
Okay.
And then you just, before your stripe redirect to checkout,
Here.
you just say const stripe equals await stripe promise.
Smart.
Yeah, maybe I should put that in the docs also.
Okay, so now, if all goes well, what should happen is that when I restart the server, I'll make sure that it fully shut down Gatsby for us this time. Ooh, show me potato salad. Come on, first try.
I feel like we need some corgi parties again or something. We haven't seen it.
I'm sure the chat will happily oblige. Ben, it's a thing now. You can do it.
It would be neat if this just worked.
Maybe. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we should be able to, we're in here. Let's reload the page. Okay. And now I am going to...
Show me potato salad.
Yes. Let's buy it. Look at this, y'all. Okay, so I can fill it out real quick. And we'll do one of these.
Don't expose your real address.
Oops. Yeah, it'll be Portland, California. How about that? 424242. And then this will be... And 123. Okay, good. And we pay. And it takes us to the page that we haven't published yet. So, I mean, that's the flow, right? Like that's
the flow.
We did it. We've built a checkout.
Yes. So now we have 12 minutes to implement the webhook handler.
Yes, and publish it and get a sale. Damn it, we're gonna make this work. All right. So the webhook handler is going to live in the same space. So we will say handle Stripe purchase, or we'll just say like handle purchase. And then this one is going to exports.handler, and it will get an event, and then it's going to return a status code 200.
It would be neat if this just worked.
Right. So what we need to do in the middle is send an email.
Well, and yeah, so we need to verify the webhook signature to make sure that the event that is coming into our handler actually is coming from Stripe.
Okay.
Then we need to read out the shipping address. What else do we need? The product. So basically the line items. And we sent that off in the email, right?
Okay.
That should be it.
Perfect. So why don't you like this?
Async function, not await.
Async. Thank you. All right. So now we've got this this async function, and where do I look for this? Like, what's the right place?
If you go to the docs, the checkout docs, there is an after the payment just below. And then, so there's various options that you can do. You can, of course, do manually with the dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to use the webhooks. So if you click there, there's a lot of text, but if you scroll down, switch to Node.
Okay, so I'm going to go into our create checkout, and I'm going to pull in this part, the Stripe, because we know we need that. Okay, so we've got Stripe, and then
we need another environment variable, which is the webhook secret.
Okay, and that lives in our dashboard.
Correct. So first of all, we go to the webhook section, we add a new endpoint.
Okay. Where is it going to be? Is it that's the function?
Yes, that's the function. So right now, the function is
How's this
not live, right? It's running locally. Is that correct?
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna have
what
to.
You could do is you can, if you wanted to, you can download the Stripe CLI, and the Stripe CLI can actually forward webhook events to your local host.
Okay.
So if you have time, I'm happy. Let's do it. Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So if you just Stripe CLI, install that. Yeah, and I've really enjoyed working with the Stripe CLI. It's just testing webhooks. It makes it so much easier.
Yeah, this is very cool. Okay, so we are. When was the last time I updated Homebrew? Hopefully, hopefully we're not here all day.
Oh yeah. But,
well placed.
I mean, in the meantime, we can continue with the code, right? So if you go back to the docs.
Okay. Oh, Suze, you can turn off the Homebrew updating? That is wild. Okay. So I'm gonna add an endpoint, and like, do I add a local endpoint, or are we gonna reroute?
Oh no, so you would actually just type Stripe listen forward to localhost, and then the CLI spits out the webhook secret for you.
Oh, okay.
So you for the local testing, you don't actually need to set it up.
Very cool. Yeah, that's awesome. So now we have Stripe. So I'm gonna do Stripe listen. What was it?
And then -- forward -2. And then just say localhost.
Oh, localhost.
Your port number, or basically the route to your function.
Netlify functions. What did I call this? Handle purchase. Okay. Do I need to include the protocol?
Nope.
Okay.
So just hit enter on that. Oh yeah, sorry. You need to log in first.
Enter to open the browser.
Yeah. Easy as that. Which account are we using? Are we using Learn with JSON or the new one you created? At the top, you might have to toggle.
Right now we're on Learn with JSON.
Okay.
Okay.
Didn't we switch that though to a new account?
No, the old account is just Jason Langsdorff. So we created the Learn with JSON one. Today.
Cool.
So
now you should just be able to run the listen command that you had typed.
Okay, so I take this.
Yeah.
And now, for the sake of testing, I think I'm just gonna hard code this.
Fair.
So our webhook secret is here. Endpoint secret. That. And then in here, don't need that. So we're going to get signature. sig, and then I have to figure out how to get headers out of. I think it's just gonna come in as. Let's look at the docs. Here,
Good question.
just sends in headers, so I can get out of the event, get the headers, and then we want headers. Is that right? Request headers Stripe signature. Then we're going to run stripe.webhooks construct events. Signature endpoint secret. Okay. So I'm going to run.
Yeah. Is it event.headers though?
Well, it's so we're deconstructing.
Oh, you have
event.
deconstruct. Gotcha. And then the body is just the raw string body, which is great. So we don't actually need to parse it.
Oh, okay.
But Stripe will validate the signature together with the whole body and then construct the event from that. So you can pass that to the construct event equals construct something.
Okay, so it was stripe.webhooks construct event, webhooks construct event, and then we pass in the body, the signature, and the endpoint secret.
Cool.
Okay. And then
is that an async? Does that need to be a wait? No.
No, that was just
synchronous.
a try catch.
Okay. Nice.
Which I guess maybe I should actually do that. And if we do that, we're going to return a status code of 400 and body of webhook error.message. Okay. Down here, then, we're going to have our event. Yeah, okay. And then if event type equals checkout.session.completed, we can
maybe just return the event object for now.
Okay.
For testing.
Event.data.object. Is this the thing that we went?
Yeah.
Let's grab that. So session equals event, or we just want data.object. Are you sure I don't have to parse this? Because it looks like here it's being parsed.
Yes, but that is because the body parts are raw. So the nice thing with netlify function is it basically is already in that format, the body.
Okay.
So it should work.
Okay.
I tested this a bit ago. So event.body should be the right format, actually.
Okay. So I will console log the session. And then down here, we will we already are returning like a 200 down here. So we have verified the webhook signature. So we still have things to do, but this will get us closer. And then I need to stop and restart to get that this function to get picked up, I believe. And so now, I think what will happen is that I'm going to run this. Did you fail on me? Yes. Okay. It'll be neat when that stops being a thing. All right. So we run this. And
You should also be able to trigger the event from the Stripe CLI if you wanted to basically just test that the function is working.
Okay, so we are going to the store, right? I'm going to set our quantity, and the function will log here. So I'm going to buy. Okay.
Oh, the tension is killing me.
All right, I believe. Here we go.
Show me potato salad.
Okay, so that went through, and we get, oh, look at this beauty. There's our webhook. So now
Nice.
inside of it, we've got display items, and we have
Brilliant.
shipping. So we will be able to construct an email. And it just occurred to me that in order to actually do this, I'm going to have to go get like a Mailgun or a SendGrid or some kind of API key. So I think we can probably stop here because, well, we can get the data out, but like we've got this data, right? We know what we need to do with it. We need to construct an email and send it. If you are interested in doing that, I cover that in my front-end master's course on I believe it's this one. We send an email using the JAMstack. So if you are interested, that one's going to cover it. The purchases do show up in the dashboard. Not that dashboard, though, in this one. And so we can see here we've got the payments coming in. So these are our successful payments. So like even if I ship this without webhook support, I could still handle it. I'd have to just go in and manually send these. The reason we're using webhooks is because I'm going to be terrible at remembering to log in and send these. But I'll do the email part later. In the meantime, what I would like to do is let's talk through how we would actually take this live. Like if we want to take live payments, how does that work?
So you would have to go back to your activated account.
Okay.
So if you don't have an activated account, you would activate the account. You would then go to switch to viewing the live data.
And then I'll go into
the
developers
tab.
Okay. So I'm going to pull this off screen while I do it because I want to actually do this.
Yeah.
So I've got my API keys and I have a publishable key, which I'm going to pull up Netlify as well and go into my deploy settings, environment variables, and I'm going to edit these variables. So I'm going to change that Gatsby Stripe publishable key to my live key. And I'm going to get the secret key and copy that and put it into the Stripe API secret and save. Okay. Then I need to get a webhook. So I'm going to also create a new variable called Stripe webhook. Is it called secret?
Secrets, yeah.
Okay. And I need to create a webhook, which I'm going to make the endpoint will be HTTPS. And then it's going to be my website, learnwithjason.dev. And Netlify functions handle purchase. Okay. And I'm going to select things to event. Sorry, select events to send. And I want charge docs succeeding. So, wow, I can't even talk anymore.
No, sorry, you want the checkout.session.completed, I think.
Checkout.session.completed. Got it. Okay. And I am going to add that endpoint. Now, that endpoint has given me a signing secret, which I am dropping into my Netlify dashboard.
Correct.
And with that being said, all of these values are now stored securely in my Netlify account.
Nice.
And whoa. Oh shit, did y'all just see that? I'm gonna
The
roll it.
webhook secret, you mean?
I think I just showed it. I'm gonna roll it.
I mean, then maybe show it before you roll it to actually show
Oh, good call. Yeah.
folks
So
what it looks like.
this is what I just set. I set my webhook here, and then I said the event type, and this is my signing secret. So I'm just going to grab this, but now because I blew it, I'm going to go here and expire this, and then update the value. So let me get my.
Perfect.
Oops, that's.
You hackers, you
I
dirty
know.
hackers.
We knew it was going to happen. Like there was no question that I was going to screw this up.
But that's good. I mean, we're showing how you can, what's the word?
Recover?
Remediate? Is that a word? No. It's getting late.
I really do appreciate you staying up late. This is super fun. I think it's super useful, and I do believe we're going to get a lot of value out of this. So let me put this here. I'm going to go to my dashboard home before I click back out. Okay. So there's that. So we're home now, and I have what I believe is live data, right? So I can go out here and let's. Oh, that's cool. Oh, this is the Stripe CLI showing me what's happening.
So it shows you the events that are being forwarded.
And now they're not being forwarded anymore, right? Because I just quit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
So then in here, I can stop just to make sure. I'm going to kill all node. And then I have all of my data in here. And I'm going to go up to this, and we'll change it to process.env.stripe webhook secret.
Nice.
Okay. And now we are able to commit this. So I'm just going to git add all, git commit, and we'll just say add a sticker store. All right. So I'm going to push. Nope. Git push. Wow. It is not late for me. I have no excuse.
Well, you had to get up early.
All right, and I'm going to open a pull request. Great. Yeah. We can open this. All right, and here is our sticker store. It's now a thing. I am feeling dangerous, so let's just YOLO this. We're going to take it right to production. Oh boy, I hope this works. All right, so now I'm going to go to my deploys tab where we are building master. We're going to watch this build, and we're just going to, like, everybody just like maybe just spare a thought for my build.
Also, are you able to handle the load of orders that are going to come in?
The load of what now?
Orders?
Oh, I hope so. Okay, now before anybody buys, bear in mind this is going to be pre-order, right? So if you buy these stickers, it will probably be weeks before they get fulfilled because we have to wait for the quarantine to be lifted because my fulfillment company is currently not able to fulfill because they're observing the social distancing rules and they just aren't going into the warehouse. So it would be amazing if you want to buy. But do bear in mind that this is a pre-order. It'll be a little bit. We're kind of uncertain on when they're going to ship due to the quarantine. Thank you for the elevator music. I appreciate it. All right, we are so close. This is going to happen. We're. This might be the first time that we've like legit shipped to production on the show. Oh my god, I love that. Oh, thank you. Why Not Dream for the sub? I really appreciate it. It makes that's it. Welcome to the team. Team Boop. Teamwork makes the dream work. I am very, very excited for. Oh, I'm so excited for this to happen. Let's go. Oh no, why are you Netlify? Wait, yes, Netlify build. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, Corgi Stampede. So, let's do it. Let's unleash chaos, right? And yes, I am going to work on figuring out how to do the international shipping as soon as possible, because I know that I can do shipping internationally through the fulfillment center, but I need to figure out how taxes work so that I don't get myself into trouble. I also don't want your stickers to get like held in customs, because that's a silly thing to happen.
Yeah.
Ooh, Thor, you need a hammer sticker.
Yes, and maybe you could talk to Wes Boss. He sends a lot of stickers.
Yes,
worldwide.
I should absolutely talk to Wes Boss. Wes also has like amazing stickers. They're so good. Whoops.
The luck one.
They're so good. Like, there's just so much. I have a couple of these on my laptop as well.
Me too.
But they're amazing. So you should totally go get if they're for sale right now. I don't know if they're out, but he releases these periodically. So keep in mind he will ship more stickers later, but you should pay attention because they're super fun.
Adult supervision here.
Yes, I definitely do need adult supervision. I also need to fix the Stream Blitz bot, because it always says that I redeem Blitz, which is almost never what happened, except for right now. Let's make the. Oh, Ben beat me to it. You just got blitzed. Yes. So we are building. We're very close. No errors. So we're post-processing. Ooh, buddy.
Salad.
Yes. I'm so happy that sound effect is getting used. It makes me so happy.
It's funny. I used to.
All right, I think I need.
I'm originally from Germany, and I used to have a band back in Germany, and we had a song about potato salad in German.
Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, let's see. I don't know the word for potato in German.
Kartoffel.
I was going to try to pronounce it, and it immediately left my mind. So we're live.
Kartoffelsalat. Ooh.
It worked. This is amazing. Okay, so I think if I go to buy, please work on the first try. Oh my God. It's amazing. I'm so happy. Okay, so now if you would like to go and be one of the first to purchase a pre-ordered Learn with Jason sticker, you are now able to go in and make this work. So all of this code is already open sourced. It's already up on GitHub because of the magic of GitHub and sharing. So if you go to the Learn with Jason site, it is going to be under site and functions. And we've got the product data in here, right? And then we've got handle purchase and create checkout. So you can see all of this code right now on GitHub to check it out and give it a try. I honestly, like, this is so cool that what I'm probably going to do is turn it into like an egghead collection that's a little more condensed. So you can see those. I've got one on WordPress that I just did recently with Zach Gordon.
I think also we should pull it out into like a separate sample, and I think that's the plan, right? Kind of.
Yeah. So I think we can do that when we do this when I do this egghead series. What I'll do is use a sample that we can put on, what is it, Stripe demos? Is that the repo? What's that repo?
Stripe samples. So it's a GitHub organization.
Stripe samples.
Just github.com's Stripe samples. That's it. And it's very sort of use case specific demos and samples.
Suze asked what a egghead collection is. An egghead collection is kind of like a course, but it's not as formal. So this is a collection of videos where what Zach and I did. So Zach and I did this episode here. Here. Where we migrated a WordPress site to Gatsby. And then I went through and like compressed that and fleshed it out and kind of smoothed off the rough edges and turned it into this series of videos where now instead of being 90 minutes, it's like 30 minutes to do a little bit more than what we covered. And it's just a sequence of videos that goes through each step that we did. So basically, we'll do the same thing with this video and the subsequent Stripe videos, where we'll turn them into a more condensed kind of version. These are free to use, so if you want to subscribe to Egghead, I would highly recommend it. It's a great value for the money and just so much content and really amazing instructors there. But there's also a huge amount of free content on Egghead, which this is the WordPress series. The Stripe series will be as well. And okay, I want to go look at the dashboard. Did we sell anything? We've sold things.
Ooh.
Oh, we made real money today. Look at that.
Money.
Oh my God, coffee's on me.
Nice.
Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it so much that you're willing to support the show and to support my ridiculous ideas for stickers. I don't want to out whoever did that in case it shows personal data. So I thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You are absolutely wonderful. And with that, I am going to let Thor go to sleep. Thor, thank you so much. And thank you for the reminder, Beppo-sama. Thor, is there anything that you want to review before we shut down?
No, I think I'm astonished how much we covered.
Me too. I can't believe that we got to actual working production. That's so amazing.
Yeah. So, high five.
Great. Okay, so with that being said, Thor, thank you so much. For those of you who don't already, you should absolutely go follow Thor, twitter.com/ThorWebDev. It is, he's a fountain of knowledge. We will be seeing Thor a lot more, actually. We've got at least 3 more episodes coming up. So the schedule, I'm really excited about what we've got this Thursday. So in 2 days, Aisha Blake from Gatsby is going to come in. We're going to do internationalization in Gatsby sites. We've got Dave Darns from Ghost coming on, Dan Mall to do design systems. That's going to be so fun. If you don't know Dan, he's hilarious. He's super smart. We've got Shirley Wu coming back on. We're going to keep playing with the Holy Buckets data visualization. Dom from Reactadelphia and Cloudinary, he's going to come on. We're going to do some Cloudinary and GraphQL. Nick DeJesus is coming back on with Thor, and we're going to do donations on JAMstack site. So if you want to have a buy me a coffee button, or you work for a nonprofit and you want someone to be able to donate money to your nonprofit, this is the episode for you. It's going to be so good. We've got Khalil coming on. He's going to teach us about Apollo Client v3, which is going to be great. Jincy's going to come on and teach us custom Alexa skills. Thor's coming back. We're going to add Apple Pay and Google Pay to the sticker store, right? We're going to keep working on this project. Mm-hmm. Leslie, one of my favorite people in the world, is coming on to do Secret Sandwich. If you didn't see the original Secret Sandwich episodes, we had one with Marissa Morby where we did information architecture. We did one with Maggie Appleton where we did the design. Leslie, or the logo, like we did a Secret Sandwich logo. I got to see some mocks today, and oh my God, it's so good. Leslie's going to come back, and we are going to do the UX for the site. And then Thor is coming back, and we're going to do subscription management. And that's just the beginning. We got Ryan Warner. You got to just go look at this whole thing. Like this list is incredible. I cannot believe people agree to be on this show with me. I still can't believe this is my job sometimes. And it's all thanks to you, Thor, and the other people who are willing to come on and teach, and to you, chat, for coming on and watching. I love you all. Thank you so much. And with that, I think we're good. Chat, stay tuned. We're going to raid. Thor, thank you so much, and maybe go to bed.
I will. Good night.
We'll see y'all. Thank you.